Hi, Mitt. I'm Dave Schinbarger, and I live here in Stuart, Florida, and I'm a small business owner. And so is my wife. We have two small businesses down here, both with a total employee count of one each, one per business. And the reason I'm sending you this video memo is because we're just sick and tired of this class warfare discussion spewing out of Obama's mouth. And so I've never really gotten involved in politics other than to vote, but that's going to change now. So we're getting involved. So this is our first memo to you, memo to Mitt, and it's on taxes and government spending. Okay? Now, I got to be honest with you, you've been a little kind of circumspect about cutting the size of government and therefore the revenue requirement needed to finance the operations. So the first thing I want to do in this memo is to let you know that we know, because we agree with you. We're not stupid.
It's still about the economy, and we're not stupid.
And what we think should be an important element of your campaign and your communications is, number one, obviously about the economy. But number two, it's about the size and effect of government on us taxpayers, on us small business owners. So here goes. I hope you won't take offense at it. We really want you to take this to heart and to factor it into your decisions on what you're going to communicate to the American people so that you can win in November. It's all about winning, Mitt. We want you to focus on winning, and we're going to support you. We're going to vote for you, and we're going to get everybody we know to do the same. So here goes.
This is not class warfare. It's math.
Okay, let's look at some math. Last year, 71 million taxpayers with adjusted gross incomes under $50,000 paid zero tax. That's 71 million tax-paying citizens in the United States paid zero.
It's math.
Okay, let's do some more math. Well, last year, 1.1 million taxable units with adjusted gross income over 50K paid zero in tax. Now, we agree. Everybody in that tax bracket should pay something, should get no free ride. But what Obama is proposing is ridiculous. It's not a fair share, it's a con job, and it's going to end up chasing the wealth creators in the United States out of this country, including the corporations he's trying to screw as well. So Mitt, let's get this thing done and do it right. Be fair, but be fair to everybody in America. The 71 million people who are paying nothing and the 1 million who really should pay something, who make more than $50,000 a year.
This is not class warfare. It's math.
Okay, so let's summarize some very simple math. 47% of all tax units in the United States pay zero income tax, and 53%, the rest of us, pay it all. Any questions?
It's math.
All right, more math. Aren't we having fun? Let's talk about Obama's fair share business statistics. Now, I've abbreviated business statistics as BS. But when we look at the top 1% of taxpayers in the U.S., there are 1.4 million of them with adjusted gross income of 1.3 trillion in aggregate. They earn 17% of the U.S. Income, and they paid $318 billion, or an effective average tax rate of 24%. The bottom 50% of taxpayers, there's a lot more of them, 69 million, their adjusted gross income in aggregate was 1 trillion. They earned 13% of income in the United States, and they paid 19.5 billion in taxes. Their effective average tax rate, 2%. It's BS.
This is not class warfare. It's math.
I love it when we do math. Let's look at some more math. When we look at all the sources of revenue for the federal government, about 47% comes from all of us taxpayers, 35.6% from Social Security payroll taxes. Surprisingly, only 8% from corporate taxes, and the rest is really meaningless.
This is not class warfare. It's math.
We're just keeping it real. Let's do some more math. All right, so let's just assume we double the tax increase on the top 1% and corporations. So 499 billion times 2 is 998 billion. All right, now let's subtract the base out because we already had that. So 998 minus 499 equals $499 billion to pay down the national debt. Okay, let's look at the debt.
It's math.
Okay, just a little more math and we're almost done. So, U.S. debt today, as of April 25th, 15.6 trillion, minus 499 billion, which is the doubling of taxes on the top 1% and every corporation in America, leaves us with only, 15.1 trillion. We're not there yet, are we? Well, since Obama took office, our debt is increasing at $4 billion per day.
It's math.
And at Health and Human Services, an agency with over 70,000 employees managing 445 subsidy programs, they are slated to spend approximately $900 billion, more than twice what they spent 10 short years ago.
It's math.
And how about the Department of Agriculture, DOA, coming in at $151 billion, with about 93,000 workers in 7,000 offices managing 240 subsidy programs. And didn't they overlook about 8 or 9 manufacturer-producer cases of salmonella poisoning? Aren't we eating a bunch of produce that's killing us? They really do earn their acronym DOA.
It's math.
How about that Department of Labor spending $127 billion on food stamps and stopping companies like Boeing from putting up plants in states that are non-union? Let's change their name to the Department of Labor Prevention.
It's math.
And the Department of Education, coming in at $98 billion next year with 4,300 workers and 153 subsidy programs. Their investment in our educational prowess has put us further and further behind China and India. It sucks.
It's math.
And then there's HUD, Housing and Urban Development, coming in at a modest $57 billion, 9,400 workers, 122 subsidy programs. Not exactly sure what they do, Mitt.
It's math.
And last but not least, my favorite, the Department of Energy, who's brought us $4 a gallon gasoline with their wonderful alternative fuel programs. They're going to spend a very modest $39 billion with 17,000 employees overseeing 100,000 contractors in 21 laboratories across the nation.
It's math.
Well, if we look at those 6 agencies, year to year from 2000 to 2010, the roll-up, in 2000, they were at $753 billion in spending, and in 2010, $1.4 trillion. That's an 87% increase in spending over the last 10-year period.
It's math.
And if we look at those 6 agencies and their 87% increase in spending over the last 10-year period, compared to the U.S. population, which over that same period of time only grew by 9.7%, the really smart question to ask is, why has government spending increased at 9 times the rate of population growth? Check it out, Mitt. So what are we getting for those tax dollars that we're spending on this administration and the agencies it's supposed to manage for us? Presidential privilege? 90 rounds of golf by Obama in less than 3 years, a $4 million vacation to Hawaii at taxpayers' expense, and Michelle's social junkets with a few close friends and all of their kids to Spain, coming in at just under $500,000. And what's going on while POTUS is absent from his post managing those agencies? Well, what we know to be true is when the POTUS is away, the cats will play, as the following video will show.
I traveled the world to London, Peru, getting that voucher approved for me too. The life of a rockstar, and I got to say, ain't no place better than GSA. Not trying to get all touchy-feely, but I gotta give props to my man Jeff Neely. Work hard, play harder, I must confess. Live every day like AWS.
Memo to Mitt. Get your game on, baby. Stop the cash burn rate. Cut the size of the Fed like it was going bankrupt and restore our AAA credit rating.